Southern Heavyweight Champion as your
enjoy it while it lasts and just get as far as I possibly can.
current Bluegrass Heavyweight Champion, the real deal, Derek Neal. That's happening right now. It's your main event here on NWA.
If I don't, I could still have a lot of memories to look back on, a lot of good times, and know that at the end of the day, I still got to live a dream that, you know, not everybody gets to live. I'm no different from, you know, any Joe walking on the street. I really enjoy my family time, but I just want them to have a normal childhood and a happy childhood. And I feel through this, you know, even though, you know, sometimes I'm not home all the time, I feel this is a way to show my kids, you know, they can chase their dreams, you know, no matter what.
Boys,
We're not playing. I'd rather trip.
I told you guys to quit, not in the house. I said go in the backyard.
They don't really have a conventional childhood with me being a wrestler, but I tried to make it as normal for them as possible. But you got to have supportive people too, you know, and if it wasn't for my wife and, you know, even my mother, I mean, my mom helps me out a lot with my children when I'm on the road with my wife being in school right now and working. So, you know, if it wasn't for those people in my life, you know, I wouldn't get to do this. And, you know, they're very important to me. Whenever I was 5, I knew this is what I wanted to do. And, you know, I always kind of kept it in the back of my mind. I mean, you know, I did normal childhood things. You know, I'd even do the little backyard wrestling with my friends, you know, when I was a kid. Whenever I hit 15, like I was trying to find a way, you know, I was already researching wrestling schools, you know, their work and studying it. And then come across my trainer 2 weeks before my 17th birthday and I started training. I was focused on studying tapes and, you know, along with my other sporting activities, but like, you know, in my free time, just trying to be a sponge and try to learn everything about the wrestling business I could possibly learn whenever I hit wrestling school. I almost missed my high school prom because of a wrestling show. And in my adult life, I mean, I got more serious. I started taking like other seminars from experienced wrestlers who's traveled the world and just learning anything and everything I could, you know, in the locker rooms, in the cars, you know, on the road, in the ring. I mean, you didn't only learn about, you know, just wrestling matches and learning how to, you know, pop a crowd or get them to boo you or, you know, psychology, you know, in the ring to get the people to react and get emotionally invested in your match. I learned about life, you know, as a wrestler and, you know, just being on the road, life lessons. I've had several friends that wanted to be wrestlers with me when we were kids and, you know, whenever I was started out in wrestling school, they couldn't start along with me, you know. I mean, you know, life happened and, you know, they never got the chance to do it. So I'm very fortunate that I've got to live a life that not everybody gets to live. It's all about timing, being at the right place at the right time. You know, knowing the right people helps too. So, you know, networking is very important in our industry, but definitely timing along with, you know, talent and ability.
Bowling Green's Classic Rock, D93. It's the Tony Rose Morning Show coming up Sunday at the National Guard Armory. It's United Pro Wrestling. Thanks for coming in here today. Is this your biggest challenge ever?
Definitely physically. This is going to be the biggest challenge. I had a knee surgery. I had a broken arm the year before that, a torn tendon in my thumb the year before that.
Read your medical records for anybody who says this wrestling thing ain't real. You know?
It is very painful.
Yeah.
Very painful, physically demanding industry.
That is what you're dealing with, a man who literally wrestled with a broken collarbone.
That's right. And I won matches with a broken collarbone if you ever listen to this before Sunday.
What's the move he needs to be looking out for? What's the finisher for the real deal, Derek Neal? What do you like to finish him with?
He needs to just be looking out for my feet. I have a pretty mean European uppercut too. So I'm really strike heavy based.
Right on, man. Right on. The real deal, Derek Neal. Respect what you do, man.
Thank you
so
very much.
Thank you. I always, I'm a wrestling fan, but I appreciate the entertainment, the theater, and the physical side of the theater you guys perform as well. I could not do what you guys do?
You know, I have worked for some like higher level independent companies and throughout my career that could possibly get me to the next level, but I've always been sidelined by injuries. It's always been like my biggest pitfall. It seems like throughout my 14 years as a professional wrestler, every time I would make a little headway to where maybe I could break away and get to like bigger indies, more world-renowned indies within the wrestling world, you know, where the big leagues pull talent from. Seems like every time I could get in the direction to where I could go there, like I would always get hurt all the time. I found myself, especially in the past like 3 or 4 years, really thinking about, you know, after the shoulder injury that I had, I've really thought about, you know, life outside of wrestling a lot more. You know, as far as just being at home a little more with my family, doing more normal things. You can kind of compare pro wrestling to I guess to music. I mean, like you just feed off of the people. When we're in that ring, I mean, we feed off of them, and you know, it's an adrenaline rush like I've never had in my entire life. Words can't even describe the feeling I get every time I walk down the aisle. But you know, my wife has told me, well, you know, maybe you could find you a hobby or something after wrestling to kind of you know, kind of fill the void. But honestly, there's nothing like it.
How does it feel to have your hero and Derek in front of your eyes?